Hello there wrestling fans, and welcome to another installment of my Tragic Tales series. I hope you are all well and looking forward to the video. Today we are taking a look at the life of none other than the Big Boss Man. From getting drafted in as a jobber to becoming one of the most popular characters of the Golden Age. So let's get into it. Ray Traylor, better known as Big Boss Man, went from being a low-level wrestler to feuding with top stars in NWA and WWE in just a few years. His career was marked by dedication and hard work. While his life outside the ring seemed ordinary, tragedy struck as he was recovering from both a serious motorcycle accident with a deer. Also, he had to come to terms with the loss of one of his close friends when the world lost Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. Ray Traylor's initial role at Jim Crockett Promotions was simply to lose matches. He was new to the business and appeared on the undercard of the NWA main TV show. Dusty Rhodes, the Booker, feeling playful, saw the 6'6" Traylor and matched him against NWA World TV Champion Tully Blanchard for the taping. A young Ray Traylor faces a takedown from Tully Blanchard. NWA World Championship Wrestling. February 9, 1986, Traylor, a Georgia native, was there because his trainer, Nightmare Ted Allen, had brought some jobbers from Rome. Now, he was set to wrestle one of the world's best in a live national TV taping. During the match, when it was time to finish, Traylor smoothly bounced off the top rope and landed on his back. He started thinking of believable ways to lose to the big man. Traylor executed the finish flawlessly, taking the pin from the World TV Champion. What began as a joke on Tully Blanchard caught the attention of Jim Crockett Promotions. Rhodes noticed Traylor's size and ability, promptly taking him off TV for 12 weeks. When he returned, he wore a suit, sunglasses, and a fedora, acting as Jim Cornette's bodyguard. Dusty saw potential in Traylor, as Bubba. Traylor didn't speak, which was good given his naturally high-pitched voice. Jim Cornette could talk enough for both of them. So Bubba just looked intimidating, which he did very well, as Cornette's Midnight Express feuded with the James Boys, what was essentially Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. With masks on, Big Bubba Rogers became a silent threat. His issues with the American Dream grew personal, leading to a feud between them. Less than a year into his career, Ray Traylor was feuding with one of the country's top draws. As Big Bubba Rogers, Traylor faced Rhodes in several bunkhouse stampede matches. Their feud culminated in a steel cage match, which Rhodes won. Ray Traylor eventually left NWA to head to New York to Vince McMahon's WWF. Vince McMahon renamed him the Big Boss Man, complete with a nightstick, playing on Traylor's past as a prison guard in Cobb County, Georgia. He debuted as a heel in the Big Boss Man role. In May 1988, Traylor joined WWF as the Big Boss Man, a character inspired by his previous job as a corrections officer. Wrestling as a villain and managed by Slick, Boss Man often handcuffed his defeated opponents to the ring ropes and beat them with a nightstick or a ball and chain after matches. After beating Koko B. Ware at the first SummerSlam, Boss Man started his first major WWF storyline by attacking Hulk Hogan on the Brother Love show. During this feud, he also challenged Randy Savage for the WWF Heavyweight Championship and teamed up with Akeem to form the Twin Towers. Traylor was more than just a big man, and in WWF, he got to show it. He was surprisingly quick and agile. He had size, presence, and despite looking like a seasoned veteran, he was still young. At WrestleMania 5, the Twin Towers emerged victorious against the Rockers, a team comprised of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Following this, for much of spring and early summer 1989, they engaged in a heated rivalry with Demolition's Axe and Smash, vying for the Tag Team Championship. Concurrently, Boss Man wrapped up his feud with Hogan through a series of steel cage matches. A particularly memorable bout aired on the May 27 Saturday Night's Main Event 21, with Hogan's WWF Championship at stake. During this match, Hogan executed a superplex on Boss Man from the cage's summit, creating an unforgettable spectacle for the Golden Era. Traylor then moved on to high-profile solo feuds, notably facing the Mountie in a standout jailhouse match at SummerSlam 91 and later clashing with Nails. After a lackluster return to WCW, where he cycled through various personas including the Big Boss Man, the Guardian Angel, and finally Big Bubba Rogers, while also tangling with the NWO and seeking managerial guidance from Ted DiBiase, Traylor made his way back to the World Wrestling Federation, the stage of his greatest triumphs. During the Attitude Era, he locked horns with wrestlers like Al Snow, including the notorious Kennel in the Cell match. In the WWF's hardcore division, Big Boss Man's primary rival was with Snow, a feud that bizarrely involved Snow's pet dog called Pepper. At SummerSlam, They engaged in a false count anywhere match that spilled beyond the ring, in the backstage areas, onto the street, and finally into a nearby bar. Before the match, Snow had placed Pepper's carrier near the entrance, but early in the bout, the boss man grabbed it, taunted Pepper, struck Snow with the carrier, and carelessly tossed it aside. Commentator Jim Ross quickly apologized to viewers and clarified that Pepper had been removed prior to the event. 2 weeks later, Boss Man kidnapped Pepper for ransom, culminating in a meeting where he fed Snow a meat dish allegedly made from Pepper's remains. Their feud reached its climax in a Kennel from Hell match at Unforgiven, featuring a blue steel cage around the ring and a chain-link cell surrounding the ringside area. The match objective was to escape both the cage and cell while avoiding the attack dog's position outside the ring, which turned out to be surprisingly docile. Snow emerged victorious, retaining the hardcore title that Davey Boy Smith had returned to him after defeating Boss Man. Trailer eventually returned to the main event scene, this time feuding with Big Show over the WWE title. This rivalry led to a memorable moment involving a casket at Big Show's father's funeral. While Trailer never clinched a top title, his size and skill allowed him to work credibly with giants like Big Show. The Attitude Era proved fruitful for the Big Boss Man, as he engaged in a notable feud with Undertaker, infamously being hanged after a Hell in a Cell match. In 2003, he parted ways with the company, though maintaining good relations. Despite his undeniable career success, it's crucial to remember Ray Traylor, the person. As Jim Cornette shared with Steve Austin, he was a nice guy, he was fun to be around, he had a great sense of humor, and he was into the business, without being markish. In May 2002, Ray Traylor, known as the Big Boss Man, had a bad accident. He hit a deer while riding his motorcycle. As he was getting better, his good friend Kurt Hennig died. This was really hard for Traylor. In July 2004, he tried to become commission chairman in Paulding County, Georgia. He had been living there for a while and had helped organize events to remember the victims of 9/11 in 2001 and 2004. Traylor also owned a storage company in Dallas called RWT Enterprises. On September 22, 2004, around 9 a.m., Traylor had a big heart attack at his home in Dallas, Georgia. People came to check on him that evening but couldn't save him. He was only 41 years old. His mom had died just over a month before. He left behind his wife Angela, who he had loved since they were kids, and two daughters, Lacey and Megan. The day before he died, he was making a commercial for a hunting business, and everything seemed normal. In 2016, the Big Boss Man was added to the WWE Hall of Fame after he had passed away. His daughter Lacey mentioned about how kind her dad was during a trip to New York City. She said he liked visiting sick kids in hospitals and helped raise money for a playground in his hometown. She thinks the world needs more people like Ray Traylor. She shared a story. "We were in NYC one winter, staying at the Waldorf. We walked to Gap to get me a hat. On the way back, we saw a man sleeping in a pile of garbage. He had collected lots of garbage bags to make a little nest. It was snowing. That always taught us to be humble and grateful, but I had never seen someone suffering like that before. Dad took off his nice leather coat and put it over the man. He woke him up, moved the garbage, and gave him some money from his wallet. It was probably a couple $100. He told the man to get a room for the night and stay warm. We never talked about it again. He didn't brag about doing something nice. He just did it without thinking. That showed me more than the kind act itself. He was a real person who loved people and life." Well, that's it for today, people. I hope you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. Hopefully I will see you on the next video. If you would like to be notified when my next video is out, then hit the subscribe. That way you will be able to keep track when I'm back. I hope you all have a nice, wonderful day. Take care and stay safe, everyone.